Hey guys, welcome back to D.C.X. It's your boy Richie the Great,
every day,
and I'm
bro.
here with
Every time.
Daddy Cliff.
Every day.
I'm El Richie, and we've got Matthew Kelly with us today. Woo!
Serious. I'm joking. Well, so yeah, I'm Danny Cliff, the host. Richie, the other co-host, or whatever you want to call him. And we have a very special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi there. My name's Matthew Kelly. I used to work with Richie
Yes,
and then the EICC,
yes.
and got
Nice.
invited to come down and share a little bit.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
So Matt over here for short, Matthew Kelly, Matt, was my boss, and now we're gonna have a deep talk about how he treated me
That's crazy.
throughout a year and a half?
Almost 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, like a year and a half, 2 years of working for Leiths at EICC.
Mhm.
Now,
Be nice.
I'm going to try and be nice. But do you remember that time when... No, I'm joking. Only joking. So yeah, Matt, you're reaching new heights, you're reaching new levels in your atmosphere of work and things like that. So we're practically just going to ask you like a few questions on that. We're going to dabble in a few topics. We're going to go off track, on track, yada, yada, left, right, and center. But please do tell us what you do, even how you got to that position, and left, right, and center. You can add on things or take away things, hide things if you like. It's really up to you.
Okay. Yeah. So right now I'm in training for a duty manager at the ICC. Excuse me. And just been there for coming up for 2.5 weeks.
Nice.
What that means is that you're in charge of the whole building, the venue, anything that's going on there, any of the events. You're responsible for the health and well-being of everybody, making sure everything reaches the right points, and making sure the clients are happy with everything and that you delivered the EICC vision.
Yeah.
What we do. That came across quite by accident. You know,
Mhm.
I heard that there was a job application online, and I'd mentioned to one of the other duty managers that I'd be keen to do that. You know, just in passing, and then he then came back to me and said, "Oh, I've got someone to talk to you," and then it kind of snowballed into something, and then
Yeah.
you know, the next minute I'm sitting there having an interview with the guys,
Yeah.
and you know, I was super, it was great. It was a lot of contenders, but I was really happy to get it.
Yeah.
Really happy.
And I think as well, it was like extremely well deserved as well, because when you told us about the role, obviously like a lot of the staff were quite sad that you were leaving and switching over to the enemy side of the building. But ultimately, we were all really glad for you because it was a position where it's like you're climbing up, kind of,
Yeah.
not only just in work, but I guess in your goals for life, assuming. And yeah, so like on behalf of Leiths and everybody, thank you for all the work that you've done for us, because I've said it and I'll say it again, I'll happily say it, Matt is one of the best managers I've ever come across.
Wow.
And that's all around the table. That's all around the table. No one can tell me otherwise. You could try convince me otherwise, but it doesn't matter. He's already set that really high bar, that high standard. So we were also just going to ask you, so how did you even plan on coming and doing events in life when you were younger or anything like that?
No, all by chance. So I graduated at art college as a ceramist in ECA,
Yeah.
and then just got a summer job working in a restaurant,
Yeah.
and then that snowballed into getting a supervisor, and next thing you know, becoming a manager, and then 25 years later, you know,
Here we are.
still doing that part-time job,
Nice.
you know.
Nice.
And then COVID came along at one point, and independent restaurants were really tough. There was a lot of pressure and super stressful to keep it running. And I actually got made redundant.
Ooh.
Yeah, twice actually in my career.
Well,
And
what
then-
exactly for?
One just because the restaurant wouldn't survive.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, and the second time, we'll just say there was
Yeah. Fair enough.
yeah.
Let's not-
Too
let's
many
not-
details.
It was a financial decision made with
Yeah.
without me, but it was 5 months before Ruben was getting born as well, so it was a bit stressful.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we got through it, and then never thought about events at all. And then a friend emailed Lindsay, my wife, and said, would you be interested in this job?
Mhm.
Went for it, And then I ended up knowing, Adrian, the executive chef, and then knew JP was coming on board, and there was a lot of faces that I recognized.
Yeah.
And then it just felt like the right fit. And do you know what? I really enjoyed it. I thought it's great.
Yeah. And that was all within, that's like a really compact 25 years of explaining and stuff. I think as well, for the redundancy, I guess, if that makes any sense. Were you already in like managerial roles at that point, or were you?
Yeah. I was, yeah.
So you're already like managing restaurants, things like that. Do you prefer restaurants over events, or is that going to get you fired if you answer that?
No, I prefer events.
Events.
Yeah. I mean, restaurants are good and they're a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. But I feel like, they're quite contained, at least with events and planning, you can grow and you can step up and stuff. But restaurants are a lot of fun, man. You traveled around the world with them as well. So they went to Denmark, worked in Australia, obviously England and stuff like that.
England.
Scotland, yeah. And then Denmark was more of a sort of summer job there. Denmark's awesome. People there are great as well. But I love Scotland.
Scotland don't
Yeah.
talk me.
I mean,
Come on, Scotland.
Are you Scottish?
Yes.
Fully Scottish?
I know I don't sound it, but
Yeah,
I am.
yes.
I'm fully Scottish. So I was born in Irvine, outside Glasgow. But I grew up in Nigeria.
Thank you, because
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
waiting
You
to
were
get
gonna go
onto
into this
this.
topic.
Yeah.
He grew up in Nigeria.
Yeah. So,
Okay. See, now you have my full attention, because
Okay.
So this
Tell me
guy's gonna
everything. Like, how was it? The vibes,
was
the food, the
amazing.
culture. Why? How? When?
How did it happen? What?
Everything. For sorry.
Yeah. So my dad was just graduating as an architect, and then it was during sort of Margaret Thatcher, the Depression, and there wasn't many jobs, and he just saw a Scottish architect company opening up in Nigeria, looking for a position, and so he went for it. And then my mum graduated as a primary school teacher, and then she moved over, with him,
Wow.
and she ended up working at Aisha Muhammad International School. And then my dad, started working, and then he ended up working for a German company called Dornier, and then ended up working for the Nigerian government.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and we started off in Lagos, but then moved to Kaduna.
Oh, that's crazy. What?
Yeah, as the base down there.
Nice.
And there about 10 years, 10 and a half years, 11. Yeah,
So you're pretty much Nigerian at this point.
I would say so.
I think
Was
like,
that? I was gonna ask as well. So I'm assuming you were quite young when you lived in Nigeria. Yeah.
how was it for you? Sorry.
No.
Like, how was it?
It was, from what I can remember, quite young. Just great, a lot of fun. It's always slightly through like a glass bottle, for what you're doing there. But I went. I had some friends with Fujimi and Chidoze. And stuff like that. But then we had guys.
Shout
But then
out.
at the same time, there was there was Polish people. There was somebody from Japan called Fumiko, and then lots of nationality stuff there. So it was I think we were quite lucky. I was really lucky to grow up in like that. And then I had a lady called Hausa.
Nice.
Did you find it quite difficult making friends or anything when you first moved there? How old were you when you moved there?
Oh no, I was born in Scotland, then we literally flew over there. So about one.
Oh right,
So
okay.
literally grew up on this early stage. Yeah, it was more, the hard part was more coming back to Scotland.
Yeah. So then,
After that was a bit of a culture shock.
How come? So like reversing it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How come? Like what?
Well, the weather. Well, but that was
Yeah.
it. But I think people, it was. They didn't really understand that we grew up in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
So
I could just imagine 10-year-old Matt being like, what is
happening
this?
here?
What is this weather?
Yeah.
This weather over here. This rainy country. Oh my days.
Did you actually have an accent?
No, we had like there was no other Scottish people, so we ended up just getting this kind of like BBC BBC voice, that's it.
Yeah.
But when we were younger, we were able to speak Arabic at some points as well,
Yeah.
and a little bit Hausa as well.
Nice. Yeah.
But,
That's nice.
yeah, no, it was.
What
awesome.
about, as a passionate Nigerian myself, I want to know what was your favorite dish?
Groundnut stew.
Okay, yeah, this guy's Nigerian.
Go
Bro.
ahead.
This guy's
Let's go.
actually
Let's go.
not jollof. Must say granite stew.
Yeah.
Not jollof. Granite stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's Nigerian.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He knows this stuff.
Yeah. Still got the recipe.
Oh,
Do you?
okay.
Yeah,
that's
Have you
good.
made it for?
Oh, yeah, all
Have
the
you made
time.
it for Ruben?
No, not yet. No, because we have chili to it, so I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
and it's just a little bit of butter, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's crazy.
Mhm.
For those that do not know, Ruben is
That's my son.
That's
Yeah.
Matt's son, who is recently turned 2 years
Yeah.
old, 2 years of age.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ruben.
Yeah.
Ruben.
Crazy
And
twos.
congratulations to you guys. Me and so and so are thinking of giving some gifts soon. So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully those gifts won't drive you nuts as well. But they're for Ruben. So
Oh,
abuse
thank you.
them,
That's
Ruben.
kind oh, cool.
It's a BMW.
Okay. Yes.
It's just in 20 years' time he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, fatherhood, what's that like then? Because
Wow.
this is your first and so far only child.
Yes. Yeah.
How's that going for you so far then?
Every day I'm learning. Every day I'm learning. Oh, it's great. It's amazing. It's life changing. You know, you don't realize how much it'll affect you, but it just drives you to become better. You know, that's the main thing. And having to look after this little guy, it's just epic. Yeah, absolutely epic. So much fun. Lots of highs. You know, but terrible twos. There's a couple of lows there just now, but a couple of tantrums. But yeah, no, it's the best thing.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say then what would you say are the things that through fatherhood you've learned that have shaped you to becoming a better man, I guess then?
Wow. Just leading by example, you know, that's it. Just what he'll think of me when he's a bit older.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to be a good person, do the right things, trying to be everything that I want him to be.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I would say that's, and then just trying to give him a well balanced and good future.
Yeah. I'd say that kind of leaks into work as well a little bit, because we've had, for example, like some really stressful events, things like that, where left, right, and center goes really wrong. But at the same time, I've seen the difference, I guess, with you and a lot of other managers is that you don't seem to really show that stress too much. You'd kind of sit there. You kind of sit there
Good poker face, you know.
You kind of sit there and kind of collect everything and then like process the information that you have and work with the tools that you have and things like that. And my point with that is that I think that the principles that you're trying to lay out with your son and with life in general, they play out not only just with your son, but in life and things like that. And that's one thing that I really appreciate is, like, I've had chats with Dan, with Jenna and stuff. I'm like, Matt is genuinely like a really good man in the sense that, like, I do kind of have that view where it's like, because I've never really had a father figure or anything like that and stuff. So then there's like some men that I'll like pick and choose and be like, you know what, like being like this isn't so bad, being like that isn't so bad. So I guess like, Ruben, congrats, mate. You chose the right ball sack to go into, I guess, or something. Like, but like your dad's really good, amazing manager, amazing genuine human being. At least from my perspective, you might not think that, but yeah. Wow. Congrats. Well done.
That's a nice thing to say.
Yes.
No problem. I've been waiting to say that for a long time as well.
I think it's really important if you see anybody that's, and we all have bad days, you know.
Yeah.
We all got done that, but you know, as somebody who's meant to be managing, you know, it's up to you to bring the energy, the level, keep people, and you care about everybody you work with. You're only as good as everyone who supports you and helps you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you're saying how, you know, if it's stressful environments, it's because I rely on other people as well.
Yeah.
You know, you just make sure you don't never be too proud to think it's all, you know, to take all on yourself and stuff like that. But anyway, going back to the, you know, you just sort of treat people like you want to be treated yourself.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Facts, yeah. I was going to ask as well, what would you say, we don't have to dabble too much into it, but it's really up to however much extent you want to go into. What would you say the mentally challenging aspect of doing events would be? Like, it could be in a general or with clients, etc.
Okay, if we go back to like catering style, I mean, it's the timings, just making sure that you're ahead of the game. You know, it's anything can happen. You've got to be reactive to it. So a lot of it you can plan everything, but if you're not ready to act when something happens straight away, I mean, I would say being one of the challenges when I first started working was being dyslexic. You know, so you have to look at everything and sort of find your own way and your own pattern to, you know, to make things work for yourself. I wouldn't say stress. I mean, I was more of a buzz. You know, I enjoy, like, the stressful moments can come, and then, but you know that you can always overcome them. Does that make sense? You know, and if something is out of your control, then you have to realize that it's out of your control.
Yeah.
That you can't control that part of thing, and then say, right, what can I do to help with that? So who can I contact, and what can go on?
Yeah.
But people as well. People are stressful.
People can be stressful.
That's
especially when you're dealing with like 1,200 of them.
Yeah, and expectations. Yeah, that's you know, and I suppose I never really don't stop stressing during an event until it's done.
Yeah,
you know, that's the kind of.
I think that's would you say that's a genuine care, or do you think that's a burden that feels like has been kind of?
No, genuine care. Yeah. I want everyone to have a good time. That's been there. I mean, that's what we're there for, and that comes from restaurants. You know, when you've got a jam-packed restaurant, there's a point maybe about sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock. You know, everyone's enjoying themselves. There's good vibes. And you just stand back and you have helped create this environment, and you know that whatever's going on in people's lives for that moment when they're there, they're having a great time, and you've participated in that.
Yeah.
So you can help improve moods. You know, that's the way, and it's quite a big responsibility, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh. Any funny moments so far in the duty manager side? No. Why are you laughing?
Yeah. No, the guys are great. I'm just all about, you know, I'm just trying to absorb and learn.
Yeah.
You know, it's when you're the new person,
they're treating you
hyper
right,
alert. Oh yeah, they're great. Really good guys. Yeah.
I talked to Matt the other day, like the other Matt.
Yeah.
And I threatened him. Literally said, if you're not treating Matt correctly, I will find you. And there's only one place the DMs are at, so you're not hard to find.
No.
But yeah, in case you ever want to make a diss track, we do have a little studio over here as well. So just in case.
Open the mic. Get your ad-libs going.
Just in case ever. So yeah, like what would you say like are the future goals then?
Professionally, or I mean,
professionally, it could be personally, it could be even just like, for example, as things as small as hobbies and stuff like that.
Getting back to hobbies, that would be nice. Have a little bit more time, I think. You know, and I was actually chatting to somebody last night about it. How at this stage you don't really have much time for yourself, right? You're doing, because obviously you've got to give everything to the family and that. And then I think when Ruben gets to me about serious stuff, I'm going to try and claw back a little bit of my time.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, maybe start reading again.
Yeah.
Got like 7 books that I've just all half done. But work wise, you know, pretty much I like where I am just now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll just have to see what opportunities come up in the next 5 years. You know, I'm quite happy with my life.
Yeah. Regarding books and stuff. Regarding books and stuff, I do have quite a few amount of books that I like half read as well.
Yeah.
I've taken like 2 out of the library and then I gave them back like 6 weeks late. But they were like kind of half read. What books would you suggest are good? They could be storybooks, any. Yeah,
I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to that. Yeah, mine are all, they're all like sort of sci-fi and fantasy ones. Yeah, you know, that's massive deep on that. Yeah.
Do you read any like self-help books or anything? No.
But there was, but you know, if you know, podcasts. If I can do that as well. Yeah, because sometimes you don't have enough time to read. So obviously, on traveling to work and stuff, you can get there. Then you can ask me which one it was. But it was one about how it was about happiness and how we've. It was really good as how, you know, we've got a right to be happy.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just dealing with that and stress levels and again, the guy, I can't remember his name. It was by Mo something. And then he also did a podcast about AI, which was really good. Yeah, really interesting. So quite varied. You know, can be from, you know, crazy dwarfs to, you know, AI.
What about movies? Like, what movie genre do you like?
Oh, everything.
So you no boundaries.
Literally, no budget. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Absolutely everything. Just I love movies. Pure escapism. Nice. I just get stuck into it. Yeah. And if I watch a movie, I used to be able to dream about it that night. You know, I'd be the main character and stuff like that. Yeah.
So horror movies aren't the best then?
Yeah, no, I don't really watch horror movies. They're pretty. Yeah. No, horror movies are out. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not good. Yeah.
What about music? So books, movies, and music. What music's like? What genres do you like? What's like? You seem like such a diverse guy. Like I feel like you could even dance Afrobeat.
yeah, of course.
So like what's
just
like
just not very well, but yeah.
like what songs, music genres do you like? And
I don't mean to sound like a cliche, but it is pretty much anything. Can go from I will say this at work. Like I've got Mongolian throat rock music, to classic.
Mongolian throat.
Rock music.
Like
yeah,
Really?
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I never knew that, but it makes sense because I have like a few Mongolian throat music things saved on my YouTube playlist. And then combining that with rock would be the
It's the guys called the Who.
The Who.
the
Oh
Who.
wait, yeah, I've heard of the Who. I think
Yeah.
so.
You've heard of them?
Yeah, and then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
they're
so they are Mongolian rock music.
yeah.
I never knew that. Like I've heard of them, I never knew that's what.
But there is the Who as well, which is American.
No, okay, I think about the Who. Yeah, probably the American.
These guys
Who.
like HU. Yeah, Who.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
No.
and that to to dance music, to everything,
Nice.
That's it. So it depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Just always hit just a random shuffle.
So like it's Monday, you have your 8 a.m. shift. You woke up at 6 a.m. What are you listening to?
Oh, well, first thing is a cup of tea, boogie in the morning on fourth one. That's it. And then again, it'll just be a random tune. It depends. I mean, if you're really having one of those days, or you think you're gonna have one of those days, there's the old sort of meditation, tropical music in the background there, little birds tweaking.
Yeah.
And then you get bored of that, and then you just put on some heavy music that's gonna sort of melt your face off a little bit.
Death metal.
Yeah, that's it.
What's your anger music? Do you have like any music that you prefer to listen to when you're angry?
I don't get
No?
that angry. No. I mean, I know that sounds.
Am I the only one? Dan,
I
do you-
guess,
I think
yeah.
you're- yeah.
do you not have anger music? No.
I have music that so like let's say I'm at the gym.
Yeah, and you want to get.
Maybe some trap music
Mm-hmm.
Trap.
or like
Typical.
I don't know, Bible verses. It's like playing.
Right.
yeah.
No, for
Yeah.
me, whenever I'm like angry, I try to listen to like something loud and like, but I can't. It needs to be like in a minor tone, and it's like because I feel like my anger bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It really just cooks like a bubbling pot. So I usually listen to something really calm or something. I don't know why I thought I at least assumed that everyone has some sort of anger music. I feel like people do. And they're lying to me. You're lying to me. And you lot are lying to me that are viewing. But yeah.
I would like to know, because you are like based on what I've heard so far, you've always had you've always worked your way up to good positions, and I would like to know what motivates you to keep driving and keep wanting to achieve those high goals.
I would say family, and I think my wife Lindsay, she definitely helped me want to do more and be better. I mean, that was kind of like, and she drives me as well.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of confidence in. So if I doubt something, like if I doubt I can do a job or do something, like she'll say, build that confidence up in me, and that helps. And then to the point now where it's kind of like a flip over. I'm 40. I'm going to be 45, and now I kind of believe in myself. Do you know what I mean? I've got that's it. So I've kind of confidence in my decision making and stuff like that.
Wow.
I never knew you were 45.
Can't lie, you don't know 45.
What?
44,
Yeah, I was thinking
yeah.
like
I
late
was
30s.
39.
That's why I was like 25 years to get to where he was. He
Yeah.
must have started when he was like
15.
15.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think it's that Nigerian 30s. This is
It's just silly. If it's
Yeah.
not too rude to ask, what does Lindsay do as a line of work?
Yes, a textile designer.
Textile design.
Yeah.
What's that?
So, hopefully I get this right. Yeah, so she works. Yes,
Lindsay,
so-
take it easy,
Yeah.
please.
So they'll have a look at what's on the fashion walk,
Okay.
and then the catwalk, sorry, and then they'll come up to them, and then they'll use those influence and designs, so and then make them more mainstream.
So with Lindsay, relationship wise, what's your best relationship advice that you've got so far for all the young bucks out there that are looking to get into serious relationships?
Just compromise.
Compromise.
Compromise, absolutely compromise. It's the best way to do that. Believe in each other, and talk.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I used to be like a stone, would not share my emotions.
stubborn.
Absolutely. Like, and then you just go quiet and you break down. I mean, you want to talk, but just you can't do it. And she just helped me break through that. And I think that's it. Communication.
Yeah.
And now I just can't stop. It's too much.
He comes home, throws the bag on the floor. Lindsay,
Sit down, come on.
I'm about to speak to you. No, but yeah, like
I only get like, I used to get like maybe half an hour. I'm allowed half an hour work chat. That's it, done.
Yeah. Whereas, like one thing that I definitely picked up at my very young, ripe age or whatever is that like communication usually is the thing that just destroys things because people have. But I think the communication part under that is pride, for example, where it's like people want to act like they've got everything under control. They act like everything's fine. You know what I mean? I don't need to tell you why because I just don't want to. And it's like, it's always I. But there's somebody on your side that's willing to hear that. And I think instead of burying all of that stuff, just speaking about it can show the other person's true colors in a sense quicker. So then you can kind of quickly vet everybody out and just be like, you know, if she's not the one, then, or he's not the one, then he's not the one. And then you just move on to the next person. And then the reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of young people kind of like our age and stuff like that, they don't want to open up to another girl or guy because they've been hurt by somebody before. They've been hurt by somebody before that didn't want to hear them. But there is definitely somebody out there that wants to hear your problems, hear your struggles, et cetera, you know. Communication is key. Like everyone says that. You say it at work, you say it in life, you say it wherever you go. And once you learn to break that barrier or like past that barrier, you end up finding people that are actually willing to listen to you. So I'm glad that Lindsay's there, that's willing to listen to you, and you're there to listen to Lindsay and stuff like that, because then that builds a great foundation for Ruben.
Yeah.
You know, he's got parents that are like, well, we've had to deal with each other for 15 years, you know what I mean? But like, what's dealing with another 18 years, you know what I mean? Just 16 years to go, and then he's going for uni.
Wow, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd love that. Reality is he'll probably be there till 35.
Would you?
No, I want him out. no, so I'm talking Ruben.
We're willing to adopt. We'll
Yeah.
take him. We've seen all the videos, all of the little videos and stuff of Ruben and things like that. Would you ever plan on having more kids?
Yeah, well, we've talked about that. I mean, but we had to use IVF, so it wasn't the most simple procedure for us. So it was about 4 years of trying for Ruben, and then got into IVF there. Potentially, maybe. Yeah, we're talking about it, but for now, you know, we've got Ruben and we've got Olive, you know, which is the fur baby, the dog.
The dog.
Yeah, that was the first one, you know.
That's cute.
But yeah, that's something that maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dog was the free trial.
Free trial.
Free trial's over and now it's the real deal.
We sport the dog.
I study psychology, and for my dissertation, I'm doing a study where I investigate how mothers experience awe, and I've in awe, so like awful, awesome, and I've told myself I would love to interview dads and understand their experience on awe. So I've got a couple of questions for you. This is very random, by the way. So,
Okay.
but like, just about you yourself first. How many times do you think you have experienced awe, just in your whole life?
Oh, loads.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Small things you can be in awe of that. Absolutely. Simple things of just decisions people make at work. You know, just how they react to something, a situation. I'm like, oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And then there's other times where you can be upstairs getting ready, and then you can just hear your wife and Ruben having fun playing downstairs. I'm in awe of that kind of, you know, environment, and a lot of just what Lindsay does for Ruben.
Yeah.
Like, just the way she's plans everything. You know, I'm definitely in awe of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, small things. Yeah, it's been a while since it's been like a big,
Big one, yeah.
a big one there. But as long as you're getting small ones every day, you know,
Yeah,
that's
for
it.
sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to always keep out on that. Yeah.
When was the first time that I think maybe besides, holding your son, but like, when was the first time after that you felt like massive, like, yo, this is crazy?
Oh, wow. Oh no, that happened almost every single day.
Every single
wow,
day?
in the beginning, yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah, we could, and just the fact that we've got this little baby, this little being to look after.
Yeah.
But then we sort of about 1.5, can communicate with you a little bit better and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that's when it's, it's just a lot more fun. So I'm in awe of just watching him grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I love to ask parents is like, now he's 2 years old.
Yeah.
What stage do you look forward to? So like, what age like are you kind of more excited?
Oh
to?
wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's really good. When he can have a full conversation, well, when he can start to really sit down and ask him how his day is going and stuff like that, and just find out all the small details.
So 2.5, like.
So 2.5, yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's around the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then just, I don't know, yeah, when you be able to just hang out with him, a bit more and go cycling, and then fast forward, 19 years, you can buy him a drink. That would be pretty. Or not, depends if it might just be a soft drink, but that'd be quite an amazing moment as well.
The or not was because you and Lindsay have already spoken about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lindsay's like, he's not drinking.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, he's not. Do you think that who do you think he looks more like?
Oh wow. I think he looks more like Lindsay, like the Orr family. Yeah. It just he does fluctuate a little bit, But yeah, I definitely think he looks more like. He's got blonde hair as well, which is strange. I've got quite dark hair, and then Lindsay's got sort of reddish brown hair as well.
Oh.
I think he's got your chin, the bottom half of your face. That's one thing that I saw quite a lot from the pictures and videos. I was like,
yeah, that's
definitely Matt's.
Yeah.
You are the father.
Yeah, you've got my chin. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's brilliant. Like, see when he turns, for example, like, I think 15 is going to be like an interesting age, you know what I mean? Where it's like, or maybe like the 12 to 15 when they start doing like high school and things like that. That's when they get rebellious.
Yeah.
That's what my sister was like, at least. So she was a nutcase. She is a nutcase. Love you though.
Speaking of the future, this is random, but do you think you would ever go to Nigeria with Ruben as he's getting older?
Oh wow. It would be nice to have the opportunity. Yeah, that I'm not giving that. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be very nice. I'd love. Yeah,
now.
I would. Yeah, I would love to go back. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's been a really long time. I just remember it's weird. As a kid, for me, it was just like I can't explain to you, like the smell of the land. It's so different, and it's like the dry heat coming up, stuff like and
like once you land in Nigeria, it's like
it's
like damn. Like it's like a whole different world, pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you been there on holiday since?
No,
not yet.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm assuming that might be something interesting.
That would be
Yeah. I think even Denmark would be good. That's one place that I feel like with Denmark, Sweden, and Switzerland are on my mind for holidays and things like that. And Sri Lanka.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. Just because why not, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to go to Japan.
Japan.
Yeah.
What, to meet with Antonio?
Yeah.
Antonio's going to Japan
Is
again,
he?
apparently, yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
For 4 weeks this time. Max was
Wow.
absolutely flabbergasted. Max was not happy with that at all.
Oh, that's a great break.
It is. Imagine, like I think he's using all of his holiday time for Japan. So
Good choice.
Yeah.
There's a lot to see in Japan, so that's a very good choice.
Yeah. Have you been?
Nah, but
No.
almost all most of my friends have been,
Yeah.
and it's always something different.
Yeah. Just so.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's a place that I
futuristic.
might even want to live for like maybe a year or two just to see.
That's nice. Yeah.
Watch some anime, learn some
Yeah.
Japanese, and then come back.
would you ever move to Japan?
Oh, I think I need to go
Okay.
there first to check it. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But as a wee kid, I was infatuated with Japan.
Why specifically?
The anime, but also just like it's so it's beautiful up there. Last night's
Yeah.
poster,
Yeah.
yeah. And just I think like just culture to me, it's so different
Mm-hmm.
than than
Then the UK.
that I'm used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then just the food as well, and just the history,
Yeah.
just everything. Yeah, I think it's
So would you ever like dabble into a different line of work, even if it was just to like try or something? You know what I mean? Like, yeah?
Yeah, I think you'd always. Yeah, I would always. Yeah, there's always. Well, it depends what the opportunities are and stuff like that. I always think you can't be too one-dimensional.
Yeah. What did you actually want to be when you were younger though? Like, was there
When I was
anything?
younger,
Yeah. When you were a kid, let's say like.
I just wanted to just enjoy myself.
Yeah. So you
That
weren't
was
really.
it. It was pretty much kind of just, having not much responsibility.
Yeah.
And then it's weird when I started doing restaurants and hospitality. It's kind of you'd always in the UK at first you kind of thought it wasn't as well as respected job as a lot of other industries are and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I think it was a long time I was always wanting to say, oh, I wish I could be doing that, or it could be a lawyer, or it could be doing something else, or an accountant and stuff. And then after a while, to realize that it's all about how you feel, and what amongst yourself. And I think I never thought I'd end up doing events or even being a duty manager. So I think I'm just always open to opportunities and see what's out there. Yeah.
Was there anything specifically when you were like maybe 15, 16,
No.
where you're like, okay,
Yeah,
now
I wanted to be a veterinary. Yeah, do vets.
You wanted to be a vet?
Yeah,
So a huge animal guy.
love animals, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Olive.
Olive the dog. Yeah,
Olive the dog. What breed is Olive?
cockapoo.
Oh
Cockapoo.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Hide the dog
That is
from
the
the sky.
best breed you can have.
yeah.
They're so friendly. I went
So
to
friendly.
like a gathering this morning
Yeah.
of like my church friends, and they have a cockapoo.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, so cute and friendly. It's like, nah, like that's. I told the owner of the dog, I was like, if I had a bigger house
Mm-hmm.
and the space, I'm getting a cockapoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever get a Doberman?
Oh wow, no. I think that'd be a big step up. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the Doberman.
That's like my initial, like family dog, guard
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I might get both at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I love the women as well. Like they look like bougie people in suits. Like kind of stuck up. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Proud dogs. Yeah.
proud
yeah.
dogs, yeah.
I quite like what's it called?
Ken Costals.
No, if I could choose a dog, I'd choose a German Shepherd. Very typical. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
like their loyalty and their like
Yeah.
fuzziness, I guess. But deep down inside, there's a Pomeranian. Pomeranian, just because like I went to an eyelash tech. I went to this eyelash tech's house, and as soon as the door opened, this little half-foot dog just comes sprinting out, like biting me. I'm like, yo, mate, do you want your square goals? Knocked him on the head a little bit. Had a little fight with him, wrestle, and I was like, you know what, this is a good dog just to play around with. You know what I mean? I don't think it would be too. I mean, the dog is probably expensive, but like to actually keep up the dog, probably not too bad. So as a first dog, maybe potentially. Any other animals that you take a liking to?
Do you like cats?
Cats are okay. Yeah. Cats are nice. Prefer dogs.
Prefer dogs.
Yeah.
Dog
Yeah.
person.
Yeah. But we was at the Edinburgh Zoo and we managed to recently we're feeding the penguins.
You feeding the penguins?
Got into the
Like face to face?
like fish in my hands.
Oh, that's great. Nice.
Yeah, that was for Levy as well.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was for Levy.
Yeah.
Oh, how?
It was for something from last year still, but that came to fishing,
All right, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it was like the last little thing there. So it was Marlene was there as well.
Hey, Levy, yeah?
Yeah.
If you guys are ever giving us opportunities to do like penguin feeding, like I'm here. You know what I mean? Like I want to feed some penguins, so please let me feed some penguins. Please. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a message to Levy headquarters. I'm going to send that to them. Because why can we not feed penguins altogether? I just want
Everyone should be able to feed penguins.
I think it's a human right.
Yeah.
I think
It's-
why not feed a penguin? Any weird foods you've had? I mean, like with animals. Although we're speaking about that.
Like frogs.
Yeah, no frogs' eggs, yeah.
Never had
Weirdest thing
frog
was probably crocodile in Australia. Yeah.
I've
What
tried
are-
crocodile.
Yeah.
Apparently, it tastes like chicken. Is that?
Yeah, it's quite fleshy.
Is it not tough? I'd imagine it to be like
Not the bit I had. I think it maybe
What bit did you have?
it was like it's just a steak bit, and there was quite a bit of fatty bit around the top of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like those game menus. Sorry for anybody that's vegan, but they had like kangaroo on it as well. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kangaroo. Ooh,
yeah.
that's something. To be honest, I don't like kangaroos.
You don't like kangaroos?
Nah, they're like bullies.
Yeah,
They're like,
big. Yeah.
and then they grab you and they're like, nah, bro, relax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, kangaroos drown people. Well,
Yeah,
not
literally.
people, sorry, dogs.
Dogs.
They, like for
Just-
fun. Yeah.
Just put them underneath.
Yeah,
That's an evil animal.
literally.
Yeah.
And like when they kick you, they can like kick your guts
Yeah,
out. I'm like,
yes, seen that.
I'm not trying to beef no kangaroos.
Yeah.
That's why I never decided to live in Australia. Move there permanently.
Smart.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
And
Australia
croc-
is a
and
danger.
crocodiles.
Australia is a place
Yeah.
where the first thing that might kill you is an animal. Not no disease, not your
No.
neighbor, it's an animal.
Yeah,
I mean, it's-
absolutely.
yeah, I'm good.
I think the animals in Australia, like, I feel like, I think I read somewhere that the animals in Australia alone, like as a continent, are like much more diverse than any other continent and things like that. Because you can get like so many different kinds of lizards, different kinds of like. I think the only thing they probably don't even have there is probably monkeys. You know what I mean? I don't think they have any. Do they have monkeys in Australia? No, probably not. Just
I hope not.
No, I hope not.
I hope not. 'Cause
No,
that would be
yeah.
like overkill.
Hmm? They got koalas. Yeah,
koalas. Oh, koalas have.
yeah.
They got herpes or something.
No, they've got chlamydia.
Or chlamydia.
Yeah, that's right.
The living koalas just got herpes. Like,
Bro,
Imagine.
how do you even get chlamydia as a koala? Like what are you on? Like
I saw a
What have
video.
you?
I saw a video where this. I saw a video where this koala started fighting a child.
nah.
They thought it was another koala. So like he just like kind of grabs his legs. It's quite funny, although very dangerous. But like the parents managed to like kind of fight him off and stuff like that. And you go to the comment section and everyone's just like, "Why are you recording? Why are you not helping the child?" and stuff like that. But as far as I know, at least the kid is fine. So
Yeah.
hopefully, just make sure whichever children you take to Australia are older than
Keep them away from koalas
Koala bears. Yeah.
and
koalas are
kangaroos
unsafe.
and
And callum.
spiders and callum.
Yeah, and crocodiles. Yeah.
I feel like Australia is like
Second home for British people.
it's like the Western Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's literally like we want to go to Africa, but we don't want like the bad side of Africa. So we just
Yeah,
go
it's
to
just-
like so we'll take Australia. You know what I mean? So Australia is a great place. They do drill. It's a bit odd. Like you know what drill music is? Like it's like
No.
it's like
That's good.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
it
not
not?
good.
it's not good. It's
It's practically like gangster music.
yeah, but like not hip hop,
Right.
not rap, like some sort of other genre of gangster music that's just purely violent.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most people who you see in Bali's and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff
They're
probably drill and listen to drill.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
drill is like an actual like activity kind of. It's
Yeah.
like just gang activity.
It's gang activity.
Okay.
And then they make drill music for some
Yeah.
silly reason. Would you ever be a gangster?
Would I ever be a gangster?
Would you ever, if the opportunity arose?
I
Would you
don't
ever?
think. I don't think I'd be a very good one.
What do you think would put you down? There's not a lot of reading. Maybe there's
There's a lot of. Yeah,
just the intimidation factor or the
violence.
violence. Fair enough. One thing I've always told myself is that my mum. Now it sounds like really rude, but it's rude, but it meant in a charming way. I think you might have heard me say it before. It's like my mum didn't swim all the way to this country to see me behind bars, for example, like becoming like a gangster or anything. Coming from, for example, like
Listen,
Trying to process it like what?
like, she didn't swim all the
Yeah.
way, you know, because she worked hard. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for our family and stuff.
Yeah.
They worked.
don't make
quite-
it for nothing. Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like they saw a better future. They
Mhm.
came to try and provide that better future. The least I could do is not hop on some kind of silly
Lifestyle.
Mhm.
silly lifestyle,
Yeah.
silly behavior,
Yeah.
or anything like that. I think it was the reason I say that is just also kind of to kind of keep myself in that mentality that you kind of have, where it's kind of like there's better things. There's always something, not necessarily always better things, but you know, just be happy, be thankful. There was one time we were at work and I said, what's the goal for today or something along the lines of that, and you're like, you know what, we're gonna practice gratitude. And then that actually stuck with me for like a long time. Like this is those kind of little butterfly effect things, you know. For you probably just said it and don't even remember when you said it, but we were in like the Lennox side of the building and stuff in the surgery, and then you said that and I was like, you know what, yeah, that kind of that's like a gentle reminder, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you don't necessarily need more in life. Sometimes you just, the things that you have is good enough, you know what I mean? Life isn't as bad as it could have been without these things and stuff like that.
I always try and remember that, you know, appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
Rather than always wanting more. Sometimes. I mean, it's we do always want more, but you have to take stock.
Yeah.
And I try to do that quite a lot.
Yeah. You also mentioned before, like there was a podcast, like a happiness podcast.
Yes.
There was some things you told me about that were actually like really interesting. And I just want to see if you like remember those things, and then if you could just repeat them again, because I think that needs to hear them as well.
You're gonna give a bit more of a clue.
So
which part of it? I'm just trying to remember.
It was kind of
There's
just
lots.
like,
I mean, it's great. It was great.
Just go on anything, really. Just anything's all right.
I mean, that was just the one thing that's we. You know, that the fact that people don't think they should be happy.
Yeah.
You know that it's that it's all right to be happy. You should be born to be happy, and it's. Just, I mean, part of that was making a list of things you're grateful for, reminding yourself what brings you joy in your life. And then it's also how you deal with other situations, you know, that can, I know that, you know, having to take stock of that. If if something happens and somebody annoys you, then I have to remind myself that it's myself that's annoyed. I've annoyed myself from their actions. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, so what you have to take responsibility. So it's like, right, okay, so I have the power to not let it annoy me.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of it was just sort of letting go of things, you know, which, you know, I've not always been like that, but just try.
There is a book that this sounds very similar to.
Yeah.
It's called The Courage to Be Disliked.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's another version of the book that is like The Courage to Be Happy or something.
Yeah.
And like that last part you said, it's very, very similar to like the book, because like the book kind of says something along the lines of you can't let, like, it's like you are making a choice to let other people's actions affect you.
Yes, that's exactly.
So it's like that ties in perfectly. It might even be the same author or something, maybe like cousins. Or
Neither of us can remember the names.
Yeah, I think it's by Japanese guy. Might be wrong, but yeah, I recommend it. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's little things like that. I think, you know, you have to practice to be happy as well. But then once you get it and it comes naturally, you know, that's the way you want to be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, what's it called again? Because I'm gonna.
I've got it on my phone. I promise you, I'll show you after. Yeah, absolutely.
So just closing off the podcast, there's one thing that we do with everybody that hops on the podcast.
Okay.
You don't have to do it, obviously, if you don't. But if you don't want to, sorry. But at the end of the year, we would love to make a huge compilation of all this stuff. So if you just look at the camera and then you give yourself a message in the next 5 years, it could literally be anything. It could be motivating. It could be degrading. It could be just love. It could just you could stare at it for 15 seconds. Anything. Just a message to yourself for the next 5 years.
Wow. Just focus. Keep doing it. Be better. Period.
Okay.
Sorry,
Period.
That's
That's good.
So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the D.C.X podcast. I have been El Richie. This has been Danny Cliff, and our amazing guest over here. You have been
Matthew Kelly.
Matthew Kelly. Right, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff.
Bye.
I'll see you next week.